And we are live. Recording. Bang. Let's go, baby. Ski Mask Offensive. Welcome back. Episode 13. It's a very special episode called Lock Him Up. It's going to be a little different than usual. And who better to join me today than a former police officer, JP. Welcome, JP, good friend of the show. How you doing, brother?
Not bad. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for coming on, man. Short notice. I just hit you up earlier once I secured the dossier. I figure, JP might have some good fucking input on this whole ordeal. So a lot of most viewers who are going to watch this right now or later in the future know the basis of the Chad Zumock saga. For those of you who don't know, let me just run through it real fast. So Chad, hey Cab, fuck you, big boy. So so Chad Zumock is a terribly unfunny comedian who got his start in Cleveland. Now, if you're a sports fan, you might know him as the time LeBron left Cleveland for the first time. He burned the jersey. That's where he got his little viral minute of fame. After that, I don't know if he was doing comedy back then. I know he's like a radio guy in Ohio, this, that, and the other. Did stand up for a while, LA, New York, I'm pretty sure. Failed miserably out there, burnt a lot of bridges, but not in a funny Kevin Brenner way, in like a fucking douchebag way. From there, he did the only funny thing and the only thing I've ever enjoyed of his, which was call Patton Oswalt out for killing his wife, which I believe is true. After that, once he was exiled from there, I'm pretty sure that's how he ended up in Florida, calling himself Florida's greatest comedian. Me and him, I've always hated him, so I've always just busted balls on Twitter. He took it too personally one time and, couldn't handle some jokes. So he, went fucking bananas on me and was, going to call CPS and report me because of my online behavior. That's what he said, just for making fun of him. Call my wife a fat cunt, this, that, and the other. He's never even fucking seen her. Anyways, we get in this big feud. He tries to squash it. He can go fuck himself. And then he gets arrested for 35 counts, I believe, of credit card fraud, stolen identity, some shit like that. He goes on, gets out of jail. I knew something was off right from the start. When you get 35 fucking counts of something, it's not just a coincidence. And we talked about this on the episode with his buddy, Tony Meza, who told his version of the story, that what he heard from Chad. If there's smoke, there's fire. So Tony comes on and he tells us that Chad, he said he couldn't tell us everything, which I was like, just tell us what you can. He said something along the lines of Chad found a wallet hiking, which obviously the dude ain't doing much fucking hiking. 5'9", 225. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, he's not fucking doing hiking. He said he fucking grabbed the wallet, just had it on his person, got pulled over because he had out-of-state plates and he's a former DUI. Next thing you know, 35 charges of credit card fraud, which I knew was fucking bullshit right when I heard the story, right? There's no wrong place or, wrong place, wrong time type of thing. JP, what were your original thoughts when you heard this story?
It just sounded like bullshit immediately.
Immediately, right?
Yeah, you kind of summed it up pretty well there. But yeah, the first thing that struck me was the first thing I saw was on Twitter. I don't know, someone had his mugshot post. I was like, oh, that's messed up. I was like, oh, it looks like he had DUI.
That was my first thought too. I go, another Dewey.
Yeah, I went to the county's website because Florida is an open record state, so everything's widely available online. Pretty much everything that's government involved down there in Florida is widely available.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, I looked at the mugshot and scrolled down and just kept scrolling and scrolling. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I forget what they were actually.
Oh, I got we're going to pull up the documents on stream here.
Fraudulent use of personal information, pettit theft. And pettit theft, I mean, that's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, he got a couple misdemeanors.
But there was 35 total, and
I think it's like 20-something felonies.
Yeah, it was over 25 felonies, I think, or something like that. That was just ridiculous. And then, of course, I immediately saw all the people be like, oh, it's a misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. I think it was within I don't even think it was that same day. I think he got out the next day. And I started seeing the defenders on there saying, oh, it was a misunderstanding. And I saw the things about found wallet and this, that, and I'm like, if you found something, you don't usually get arrested for finding something.
You also usually don't use the credit card at 10 different places on camera with witnesses and stuff.
One of my wife's favorite stories is when I arrested a guy years ago. He stole from a store down the street. Mm-hmm. I caught him a block away, stopped him, and had the manager yelling at me, "Hey, that's him. He stole this, blah, blah." He's got it in his hand, whatever it was he stole, I forget. And put him in cuffs and search incident to arrest. I'm patting him down. And he seriously says, "These aren't my pants." As I pull felony amounts of, every amount of cocaine's a felony.
Yeah.
And pull, a bunch of rocks out of his pocket or something. And like 5-6 months later, I'm going to court on this. And he's trying to pull first he tried to pull he didn't have permission to search me. Well, I didn't need permission. You were under arrest for shoplifting, so I could search it.
Yeah.
Before I put you in my car.
Probable cause, correct?
And it was search incident to arrest, so it was like that threw your whole thing out the window. But he says, "Oh, it's not my pants," which is one of the most absurd things I've ever. I was like that. I thought I only saw that on the TV show Cops, but here I was living it. But I hear that from time to time too. Oh, he just found something and they charged him with it, and it's like, did he? Did he just find something? Did he just find that gun laying on the street and he was going to go take it?
He's going to bring it to the nearest precinct, unloaded. Here you go, officers. Found this.
Talked to him for a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, I found it like 2 weeks ago." Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fucking, oh my God, dude. People are unbelievable.
People come up with some wild tales to make themselves feel.
No one's guilty. No one just goes, "You know what? Yeah, you got me, dude." Nobody. In your years as a cop, did anyone just go, "Yeah, you got me"?
Yeah, you caught the tater.
Yeah, you got the tater. Yeah, over on white, dude.
Yeah, there was lots of guys that would just be like, "Hey, you got me." We had guys that would actually just call on themselves and be like, "Hey, I got a warrant."
Oh, okay. Yeah, they just don't want to deal with
show up to a house. I showed up to a house not too far from where I live. Guy didn't live there, but his sister did. And pulled up, and he's like, I'm like, "Oh, they had a theft report or something. You guys were demanding an officer come out?" Because that's usually something they would do over the phone. And he comes walking out of the house. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "I got a warrant. That's why you're here." What?
Turn around, motherfucker.
He goes, "I didn't want to make a big deal out of it." So I'm like, "No, give me your ID." Confirmed it. And I was like, "Here, smoke a cigarette before we get in the car." And
that's a good cop right there. I like when they let the guy smoke a cigarette in cuffs and cops. Yeah. Just give him one last butt, dude. He's fucked.
I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I started hating the work more and more the last couple of years, and so I ended up dropping out and trying to go to civilian contracting, government contracting, with a federal officer job, and the pay was great, but there was no benefits.
Yeah, it wasn't like a government.
And it was like a lot of government stuff. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great." You get in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's not real." Like I hear people that went in the military. The recruiters will tell you anything to get you in the door, and then once you get in, they're like, "Yeah, no, that's real."
Yeah.
So I got in there and realized that there was nothing benefit wise, and the great pay was not that great when you got to pay for insurance for a newborn baby. So I hopped.
Dude, I know that fucking game.
I hopped out on anything law enforcement related. Yeah. Never looked back.
Welcome into the show now.
No.
It was first Paul Fenz, now it's Chrissie Mayr. What's happening, Chrissie?
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm fucking great. Glad you could come on. Thanks for showing up. One of Chad's other best friends, Chrissie Mayr.
Holy shit. Did you guys go through all the documents yet?
We have not.
We have not started.
We're just laying the groundwork.
I've been filibustering.
A little foreplay before we show the DOS. Dude.
Ooh, the more I learn about Chad, the worse I feel.
He's just a sad, sad fucking guy, man. If he wasn't such a dickhead, it'd be
Yeah.
like, all right, whatever. He's just a fuck up, but he's a fucking douchebag.
Do you know he's taking a page out of Stuttering John's book? He's actually messaging people. He's messaging, I guess, whoever he thinks fans are of his,
Mhm.
basically asking them to join his Patreon.
Oh my God. What a fucking.
For example, I'll delete the name to which he sent this to. Blank. I'm only 14 away from 100 Patreons, which was my goal this year. If you haven't signed up, it's only $3 for all the additional podcast episodes and giveaways. Getting to that 100 opens it up for sponsors and everything else. Fucking no, it doesn't, by the way. If people are
Yeah,
listening to you, you'll
come
get a
on, man.
sponsor. Either way, thanks for your support. I hope all is well these days. Check it out. Chad. Ugh.
What a fucking pussy, dude. He's
Yeah.
just a grifter. And this is like a big reason I want to do this. There's a lot of there's a lot of false info. There's a lot of fake news out there. Like, oh, he rolled the fucking prostitute. He found it in the woods, this, that, and the other. We're just spitting facts. And everybody that knows me knows that just like Chrissy, I have a bias towards this guy. I don't fucking like him. So I'm going to fucking lay out the info. I'm going to show it to all yous, and you guys can make your own decision. And like JP said earlier, we got this off a public fucking website. Florida is a full transparency state. None of what we're about to show you is fucking illegal for me to show you, this, that, and the other. You go look it up your fucking self, whatever the fuck county. We'll see it in 2 seconds. And I just want to set the fucking record straight. And I feel bad that this con man is fucking grifting people when dude, you made your bed, lie in it. Don't fucking take these good people's money, these hardworking people's money for fucking GoFundMe's and join my Patreon and begging. It's like, dude, do you have any fucking humility?
He's got a GoFundMe too?
He had, I guess, a GoFundMe. It got reported and taken down. Then he did a second GoFundMe. It got reported and taken down, which I will say on record was not me. I hate the motherfucker, but that shit is gay.
Wow.
Somebody said it was Brian McCarthy. I asked, I said, who got taken down? Someone said the blind fuck. So I don't know.
I mean, if you spend all your days just making enemies and being shitty to people, like, can you be so shocked that people take down your illegal, not illegal, but ill-intended GoFundMes? You know?
Yeah, or just do what I'm about to do and just fucking, because he's spinning yarns on MLC, wrong place, wrong time. A fucking poor me, I had an out-of-state plate, dude. Everything he said is a fucking lie, and you're about to see.
He says he's like makes it sound like wrong place, wrong time. I just tripped and fell and got 35 charges. I mean, that could happen to any one of us, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just any one of us. And it's more than like the 35 charges. At one point, they say like, oh, he had multiple other credit cards, this, that, and the other that weren't his. But we'll see it here. But yeah, I just want these fucking people to know that he is scamming you out of his money. He's a piece of shit. And just like you said, if you're going to be shitty to people all the time, it's karmic debt. Like this shit's going to come back to bite you. And he's not even shitty to people in a funny way like Kevin Brennan or, even like Gino or Berg or someone where they fuck with people. If he took the ball busting from me and everyone else and took it on the chin or was funny back, that's one thing. But when you're like, I'm going to fucking call CPS, dude. Your wife's fucking fat and ugly. Fuck you, dude. It's like, all right, buddy. Oh, and here's another thing. Ski Mask invited him on our show that we're going to do tomorrow to give his side of the story. And we were going to give him an opportunity to do that. And he said, I will never do a show that Paul Fenz is on. So I said, you know what, dude? Fuck him. I was just going to do the show Thursday.
Could you just be out that day? Could you just...
I told Ski too. I go, dude, I'll sit out. I don't give a fuck.
You be in the waiting room, be in the Zoom waiting room, and then be like, bah-bah! Yeah,
just pop out.
Yeah.
We probably hang up. That was the thing is like, we were talking about it, and he's like, if we go too hard on him, he's probably going to hang up because he's so fucking thin-skinned. He's such a pussy, dude. I can't stand
he's the definition of the guy who can dish it out but can't take it. He's
blocked me 3 times on Twitter, sent me 87,000 DMs, followed me and unfollowed me 5 times in an attempt to get me to follow him. I mean, it's just fucking embarrassing.
He sounds like a teenage girl trying to get your attention.
Fucking 6 years old. He's got a full head of gray hair, dude. Grow up.
Every time I check his thing, he's like a year older. It's like he started out being 40 and now he's 45.
Yeah, no, I think he's 45. He's gonna be 46. So let's get into these fucking documents, dude. The fucking people are barking in the chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna share screen. Bang. Can you guys see my desk?
When did this all come out? Like, when did he get arrested? Because he also sent me a bit of a white flag message on Instagram on November 10th. So I wonder if this was before or after. I think he sent
that's
me
during. I think he might have been arrested right around then. All the dates are in here. We're gonna get. Can you guys see my desktop here?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So here's the 3 documents and also a Twitter DM from him that I wanted to point out to everybody. So let's fucking get into it, dude. I have the documents. Document 1. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna start from the top
scratched
here.
Out.
Because I am such a great guy, I blacked out all his pedigree information. Now you can find this if you go to Hillsborough County, Florida, fucking records or whatever. You can see his date of birth and his social and his address. But as much as I hate this fucking cocksucker, I still blacked it out. I still have respect for that.
Yeah.
So that being said, let's jump in. Criminal report affidavit, Hillsborough County, Florida. It's stamped right here. Probable cause determined. It's a felony, the court case, the location of the arrest and the offense. So this is his first one here. They started going after him on September 22nd, and he was arrested on the 7th. So he put up that white flag 3 days after he got pinched, probably right when he got out of jail. Because I think listening to MLC, I think he did a few days in jail. It's Chad Zumock. I blacked out all his shit. We'll jump right in here. Felony, fraudulent use of personal info. Felony, personal info fraud. Felony, credit card over 100 fraud. Felony, credit card over 100 fraud. Misdemeanor, petty theft, 100 or less. On September 22nd, between 1830 and 2100 hours, the defendant unlawfully entered the victim's locker at the Lifetime Gym located at the International Mall. The defendant proceeded to use the victim's American Express credit card ending on blah, blah, blah at Charlie's Steakhouse located on Cypress Street in the amount of $82 and at a Walgreens located on Kennedy Boulevard in the amount of $116. The defendant is a current member of the Lifetime Gym and was at the gym during the time of the theft. The defendant was captured on surveillance footage and was identified by a witness. The defendant was taken into custody in possession of the victim's American Express, positively identified via his Ohio driver's license. So this is just the first of this huge chunk of charges.
Wow. Stealing from somebody at the gym. Damn. It's like, I would never do that shit because I'm a member of Planet Fitness and I know nobody there has any money.
Yeah, exactly. And like devil's advocate, if you're going to be a fucking thief, take the cash and ditch it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Steal from someone at the gym, join Equinox.
yeah, exactly. Get fucking Brian McCarthy's locker, dude. Maybe he's still got money. I don't know. But didn't he get banned from there for like sexual assault or something?
What?
JP, did you remember hearing that at all?
Did get banned from where?
Equinox gym, that real fancy.
It's like $200 a month.
Yeah, it's like a real big yuppie gym.
I don't know if I heard about that.
It's something like that. People in the chat will fucking know. But this is just the beginning of it. JP as a cop, what are your thoughts on this, brother?
It seemed pretty straightforward when I read it today. I was like, oh, well, this pretty much explains what I've been thinking. I don't know if people out there were paying attention to this. He was on Cumia yesterday, and what really struck me was his comment that, oh, the county's low on money, so they've just been pulling people over like crazy.
Yep. I'm like, that's innocent civilians stealing out of
lockers. Any of
this
works, guys.
He said the same thing on MLC, and I was like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Once I heard that after I saw this, he's like, they're just low on money. I got a DUI, I got out of state plates. It's like, fucking dude, how many excuses you got?
So I'm just doing things so that they'll pull me over.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he's got out of state plates. That's why they were fucking with. I was like, it's Florida. Everybody's from out of state.
Yeah.
My first thought too, I lived in Arizona. Same thing, Arizona. You see more out-of-state plates than you do Arizona plates for the most part. So many fucking snowbirds. They don't give a fuck about that, dude. But yeah, this is it for the first part here.
Wow, he's a male.
He is a male. He's also 5'9". When I remember when one of the DM tirades to me, I go, "How tall?" He was like, "Do you think you could fuck me up?" And I was like, "How tall are you?" And he just goes, "Faggot." He wouldn't answer me. Now he's 5'9". Now I know why. So this is the first one here. This is just the intro. We're gonna get into chat arrest number 2. All right, this one this has a lot of charges on it.
This one looks long.
This is a pretty lengthy one, and this is page 2, I think. And then it's got a big blurb down here of all the places he used it at. So same shit, fucking Chad Zumock. See, now you see here, this offense was October 25th, so a month later. So a whole different fucking case. Arrested on the same day. They've been fucking after this dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 felony fraudulent use of personal information, 1 misdemeanor for unlawful possession of personal ID of another, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 felony credit card over 100, and 1 misdemeanor petty theft 100 or less.
Are these all from the gym?
I don't know. At the very end, it's going to kind of tie it in, and so I'll just read this here. So on 10/25, the defendant unlawfully entered the victim's locker. So I think he was doing this multiple times. I think this is the second time.
Oh, I thought these were my shorts.
Yeah, that's what JP said. I thought these were my pants, dude. So he went into someone's locker again, same fucking gym, Visa card ending in, it's blacked out. So he went to Target, Duffy Sports Grill, Total Wine and Spirits, Trader Joe's, The Vitamin Shop, Dick's Sporting Goods, Maggiano's, ABC Wine and Spirits, Rivers Smokehouse, and Walgreens. The defendant was positively identified by a witness captured on surveillance video at several of the above locations. The defendant was confirmed to be at the gym, time of theft, and he's a current member. Time of theft from the gym to the time and location of each individual fraud charge indicates the defendant proceeded directly from the gym to the above locations. Surveillance video and witness statements indicate the defendant was alone during these. The defendant identity was confirmed via his license.
You would think for all the time he spends at the gym, he would look so much better.
Yeah, what is he fucking doing? Just at the snack bar?
Yeah. I could just see him with like 3-pound weights, like just like stalking his prey, you know, like waiting for whoever's bag he's got his eye on to just like, I don't know, take a shower or something. He's like, oh yeah, just blasting my pecs.
He's just scoping the situation out. He's like, all right, this guy looks like he's
got like a pink sweatband and he's like, oh, love the gym. Back at it.
Another thing too, when you're at Walgreens, bro, get some fucking Just for Men. You see how gray his hair is, dude?
Oh,
dye that motherfucker.
Yeah,
looks decrepit.
I think he's either gotta get in better shape, then the gray hair looks sort of like salt and peppery, or you have to like, you gotta be
George Clooney.
Can't do both.
No. What do you say, JP?
He just didn't get around to it. Maybe that was the Walgreens purchase on the 20th.
Maybe that was his last stop.
That's another thing that sticks out is it's over multiple days. Like you said, this happened back in October.
September was the first one I just read. This is October.
Oh, so somebody in the chat wants you to zoom in on the document.
So I tried doing this earlier. It makes it blurry. So I mean, if you can kind of make that out.
Okay. Well, as you can see, this could clearly just happen to anybody. This looks like an obvious misunderstanding.
Just a complete mix-up. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen to him. He said it on an MLC. He was already 20 G's in the hole with like lawyers' fees and bonds and all that bullshit. And yeah, dude.
Like $6,000 of it was just the bond.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then his aunt had to put up her house or some shit like that. Or she had to like sign. She's on the horn for 58 G's if he leaves the state. Some shit like that.
Well, how much do you think he like stole? Like, what do you think was his financial takeaway? Like, if he didn't get caught, how much money do you think
that
he
was
got
something
from
that
all
I
this?
questioned because I saw the reports and it got me thinking, for every one of these reports, how many people just said, oh well, chalk it up as a loss and cancel it and I'll go get another one issued.
Yeah.
Tons of people don't want to go through, and I don't blame them. They don't want to go through the police. They don't want to deal with any more headache.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? They're not going to catch this guy. They won't care about this, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is too, like, it's so easy to just call up Amex and just be like, hey, lost my card. These are all fraudulent. And they immediately go, bang, they're off your fucking credit card. Here's a new one. It's pretty fucking simple.
Yeah.
Even debit cards, same thing. So I agree. There could be more. But if you add all these up,
I don't want to accuse them of anything more than what's on here. But,
if for the record,
go ahead, JP. You're a cop.
Go ahead, JP.
Tase him.
Yeah. Fucking kneel on his neck, dude.
I had a taser for 3 years. I only used it one time.
Yeah.
In bed?
Use
in
your
the
gun
bedroom?
every other time?
Was it in the bedroom?
I just every other time.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah. So if you add these up, it's like.
My wife just said, ew.
160, 175. Damn, you only spent $4 at the vitamin shop. 20. This is like 300 something bucks. The first one was
Vitamin shop. What do you think he was getting there?
Probably creatine to get jacked.
Estrogen. So that's like 200 here. So
My transition begins at Vitamin Shop.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Charlene Zumock. So
Charlene.
so that's like $500 between the first two docs, and then we'll get into the last one here and keep it moving. Same shit. Chad fucking Zumock blacked it out. Personal info fraud, unlawful possession of ID, 1, 2, 3 misdemeanors, and then 2 more credit card frauds over a C note, and then 1 more misdemeanor petty theft. Last paragraph here. Listed date and time. Unlawfully removed the victim's credit card from his locker. Officers observed the defendant. So they were watching him leave the lifetime. This is in November. This is the day he got arrested. So he did something in September, something in October, and then this is the day he got pinched. They finally caught up to him. They waited outside the gym, blah, blah, blah. So he leaves. He immediately goes to Walgreens. He makes a purchase for another $115. So we're up to like 600 something bucks. Included in the purchase was a $100 gift card. The defendant was observed leaving the Walgreens and driving to Wawa and Trader Joe's.
I love a Wawa.
At Trader Joe's, he spent another $10. Then he drove back to his residence. Shout out Gladwell Ape, his landlord. And he went inside. They made contact with him a short time later, arrested him. During the search, the defendant was found to be in possession of the gift card purchase with the stolen credit card. It was confirmed to be the same one purchased with the victim's credit card, as the item numbers on it matched the item number on the receipt. Defendant was also found to be in possession of the victim's stolen credit card and 2 additional credit cards that were not his and were found to be victims of additional theft.
Whoa.
So this is, I don't know if they're included in that or that's another case entirely. And it says the
Well,
victim.
obviously, they just arrested him because he was helping someone out. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Dude, he said he'll just never help anyone out again, man. This is
what you get for being a nice guy.
Bad things happen to good people, Chad. Just a fucking misunderstanding, dude. So that's that, folks. That's the fucking docs right there. And then for any of you fucks, this is just a little bonus at the end. They want to donate to this fucking con, man. This is one of his DM tirades to me. You don't understand. I don't care. I would quit doing stand-up tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I save and invested all my money. And this is fucking 7 days after he stole the credit card. I'm just realizing that now.
You kind of sent me a similar.
This is 7 fucking days. Hold on.
Detective Paul.
9/22.
When did he send you that? That was
9/27. This is 5 days after he fucking stole a guy's credit card the first time. So
wow.
He saved and invested it all in booze and Walgreens gift cards and vitamins. This is fun for me fucking with people, and then I just hit him with the Emperor Palpatine, and I say, "Quit while you're behind, bud." And we're gonna stop the share, and we're back. All right, so that is that. Let me get the fucking YouTube back up. So what are you guys' thoughts after seeing the official police docs?
I mean, I guess if he had a lot of money saved up, he wouldn't need to steal out of, random people's pants at the gym.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little sad. I feel like he tried to do comedy in LA, sucked, moved away, or tried to do comedy in New York, sucked, burned bridges, moved away, and now he's in Florida. I just feel like he keeps burning states, until he settles somewhere. Yeah, this is something you would expect from like a 25-year-old kid,
Seriously.
Not a grown man.
This is when I was in my early 20s. This kid I knew when I was in Arizona, and I've said this before on the show, once I heard credit card fraud, he got 2 counts of felony credit card fraud and served 2 years.
Whoa.
So, I mean, I know it differs by state. JP, what do you think? As a ex-officer?
When I did cross training for Florida, I got certified to become a police officer. I got a license to be a police officer in Florida.
Oh, no shit. Perfect. So what do you think? Seeing all that, what do you project will happen to this guy?
10 years ago, I did this. One of the things that I actually did it there in Tampa, St. Pete, for about 10 or 15 days. I stayed there and took all these classes and firearms and stuff to be certified there. And one of the things that jumped out at me was they were explaining to us out-of-staters, Florida years ago felonized everything.
Not good.
They did this in order to, in a response to like the 80s crack epidemic.
Mm-hmm.
And they just ramped up enforcement, ramped up, locking everybody up for everything. And, which isn't, there's arguments for and against, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of it was probably excessive. I'm sure. I know something.
Yeah, like going to jail for a fucking dime bag of weed, but at the same time, it
exactly.
might be good in other instances
They're
for sure.
slowly dialing that back, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
35 counts, most of them felonies. I don't see this going. I don't see this just being tossed out of court.
Yeah.
I don't see this being, him being vindicated at all here. I don't know, man. That sounds pretty damning. He better have some, movie star quality person jump in here, walk in the courtroom with,
fucking Matthew McConaughey walks in.
yeah. McConaughey walks in with some great evidence at the, Your Honor, I must interrupt.
Yeah. Right at the last second before he's going to hit the gavel, he comes in.
Imagine you're like the girl that he took out to a fancy steak dinner.
Charlie's Steakhouse.
Like, ooh, you're like, wow, look at this. This is a nice steak dinner we're out to. And then you're like, oh, that was a stolen credit card.
I didn't look that up.
She'd be like, I want my blowjob back. This is
Crumbum is a Florida resident, and his best bet is to plea out to 5 years. That's what he thinks is best case scenario.
Really?
Yeah.
5 years in prison?
In prison.
Woo!
Now that county, I'm sure, being Tampa, if I remember correctly from Tampa cops I talked to when I was there over the years, they will, plea stuff out. You could get a slap on the wrist. You could get it pled down to,
only 5 years.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that it could be county jail time on the weekends and
gotcha. Yeah.
Fines and fees, and it could come down to something like that. A long probation or something, maybe. But
he's got the Dewey in his past too. It's not like he has a squeaky clean record. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much that would affect it.
If he's in jail on the weekends, he can't headline anymore.
Yeah. You mean feature? You said feature.
Oh,
wrong.
right, feature.
Florida's number one feature act.
Absolutely. SkiMaskCollective.com. Buy the Lock Him Up Chad shirts, please. Do not buy his fucking gay shirts. Florida's fucking most wanted or whatever, dude. What are you, fucking B-Rad from Malibu's most wanted, you fucking clown? Let's see what the chat's fucking saying here. Looks like a lot of people saying that's pretty damning evidence. How many did he rip off in LA? That's a good point, Crumb. He's moved around a lot.
Yeah. Imagine how many it would have been if he hadn't gotten caught. Like, he would have just kept going. I mean, 35 sounds like you're on a roll.
I'm another guy's in Tampa. I'm here now. They do not fuck around, says Jimmy Kirk. He'll be over 50 when he gets out. He's 46 now. So yeah. Flat Cap doesn't want him to do time. He's going to fight it. This happens to a lot of people. Chad's probably innocent. He's definitely not innocent, Chad Higgins. He may not do jail time, but he is not innocent in any way, shape, or form.
Flat Cat's just.
I love Flat Cat. She's just a kind soul.
Such a kind person.
She fucking rules, and she's a fellow masshole.
Is there a chance that this is merch related? That this is at all?
This is all to sell T-shirts.
Yeah, the fraudulent. You know what I mean? Like, I can't
like
imagine
he was buying supplies to get merch or something.
I don't know. I'm somehow trying to tie this into a comedy.
Well, speaking of that, Chrissy, Jimmy Kirk, who does mics down in Tampa, said Fenz, he was selling merch at an open mic down here in Tampa. Is that a good look, Chrissy? If you were doing a mic coming up in New York.
Imagine that Chad's merch is just all the shit he steals from the gym, like all the lost and found clothes, all the pants he steals the wallets of. He's like, I'll just sell this as merch.
Like,
he'll just like put it, he'll like embroider Chad on someone else's jeans.
It's like store brand Tylenol from Walgreens.
Yeah. His Chad merch is just the shit he steals from the gym.
Now, here was a great question. So I forget who fucking tweeted this, but I fucking was dying laughing. When the credit card fraud came thing out, someone goes, he definitely bought that stupid captain's hat or captain hats with the stolen credit card.
Oh, yeah.
Probably got it at Target.
Yeah, that was one of them, dude. Target, fucking, I think that's probably the only place that would sell a stupid fedora like that. I don't know about the Twitter followers, though, Chrissy. That's the only thing that I don't know. It's, excuse me, it's not on there. That's a big one, too.
Oh, right. Well, then maybe that's what he saves his own money for, that he works hard for, to put towards buying his own Twitter
all the
followers.
Savings and investment that he can quit comedy with.
Maybe
tomorrow.
He thought that would tie him too easily, tie him to the crime.
Yeah, and here's the thing, bro. It's fucking 2020. You're stealing credit cards how do you think you're going to get away with this? This isn't stealing cash. This isn't fucking.
And it's Florida. Everything's on
I don't
video
know, man.
everywhere you go.
I think if you get away with something 35 times, I think you're pretty convinced that you're getting away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess you just go balls to the wall and just go, fuck it. I'm like a serial killer. You just keep going. Right?
He's probably like, look, I'm a 5'9" white man. The world is my oyster.
That's another thing, too. He's white. There's no wrong place, wrong time for a white guy in Florida. I don't think so, at least.
Probably not. Yeah.
I'm
going to retract that immediately.
Guy,
it's Florida. I forgot. There's a lot of fucking white garbage down there. I got a lot of family.
I spent a lot of time down there over the years, those past 10 years especially, and there's a lot of neighborhoods in and around Tampa that I've found myself in late at night, and I'm like, oh, I need to turn back on the highway and just get the hell out of
Now is it like really like mixed culturally, or is it a lot of like trailer parks? Like what's the fucking makeup down there?
Oh yeah, it's really mixed down there.
Yeah.
It's like it's not as segregated as your beloved Boston.
We like to keep it clean up here. One neighborhood for those people.
But yeah, it's like a lot of big cities. You'll be driving, you're like, oh, this is cool. Look at that store. You're like, oh, wait a minute, it's liquor store, gun store, church, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you know where you're at. Bars on the windows, the fucking metal things that come down when they close the stores. You're like, oh boy, wrong neighborhood. Florida.
I think I would have respected it more if like his purchases were comedy related. You know what I mean? Like if his purchases were like microphones, podcasting equipment, like even a new computer, I'd be like, look at Chad. He's trying to level up in the world.
Yeah, he's investing in himself.
Yeah.
With someone else's money.
But he's buying fucking white Zinfandel and fucking steaks.
He's a complete booze bag. I mean, that's definitely part of the reason why he's so fucking bipolar, where he constantly makes up with not just us, other people. Makes up, then fuck you, I want to kill you, then
so much of that.
Nutty.
Like he sent me like an apology message on October 12th. October 13th. Yo, I'm going to put this shit to rest with us. I think it's trolling that got out of hand. And I honestly really don't even have a problem with you. I don't even remember how it got started, to be honest. He started it. That's why he doesn't remember. I get caught up in the nonsense of it and blur the lines. Either way, I'm sorry. Best of luck. And this is November 1st. He's like, do you honestly think I care? You have a show on Compound Media. Do you really think I'm jealous? Chrissy, please know I don't give a fuck. Angry caps. None of this shit matters. I can easily walk away from all of it. This should be a monologue and a play. I can easily walk away from all of it. I was already popular in high school. This isn't feeling. No. Yes, he said.
Are you fucking kidding me? I believe you not. I don't give a fuck. None of this shit. I was already popular in high school, dude. Okay, so this is a guy
already popular in high school. I don't need this shit. Good luck to you, but I don't care about your show. And then another one.
Go ahead. I want to hear the other one.
The final one, November 10th. Hey, Chrissy, I see what you're posting online, but you don't know the story at all. I ask you to just please lay off. I don't need it right now in my life. This isn't about comedy anymore. And he capitalized comedy for some reason. I'm dealing with a fucked up situation. It will get thrown out completely.
I mean, it might. Who's to say it's not? And I believe innocent till proven guilty, but it's looking pretty damning. If I was
innocent till proven Chad.
Yeah, it literally. I mean, when you have all that shit, which is all tracked, obviously, then you have them on camera at almost every single location, and then you also have eyewitnesses on top of that. It's like, all right, dude, you fucking smoked. That's like smoking gun, open shut case. I mean,
I'm no lawyer, but
and I'm sure he's not gonna be able to afford fucking, Johnny Cochran to be his lawyer, right?
Or Matthew McConaughey.
Or Jamie Foxx in fucking Law-Abiding Citizen, where it's not what you know, Chad, it's what you can prove in court. Anyone else seen that movie? It's a great flick. Check it out. Fucking Crumbump says Chad said he got new podcasting equipment today.
Oh, wow.
So maybe he had a credit card in his shoe or something. They didn't find
Maybe
it.
He's following the Stuttering John example of bullying of your fans into giving you money so that you can pay for things like your mortgage, your child support, and new podcasting equipment.
Unbelievable, dude. And this is a guy who his only comeback to me busting his balls is like, you're a car salesman. And it's like, yeah, dude, you steal credit cards and suck at comedy.
Oh my
What
God, I earn money in an honest fashion.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I have
fucking,
a job.
oh my God, I have a fucking job that I've done for 10 years and fucking can bust my balls at and make good money at. And
But wait, Paul,
look
were
at
you popular in high school?
I was pretty popular in high school.
Hmm.
But I would never send that in a text to somebody.
Can you imagine being
I feel
45?
gay even answering that question, but I
Can
can't.
you imagine being a 45-year-old man
46.
and 46 and telling somebody if what your
You were
status
popular
in
1990 fucking two.
what your status in high school was.
Oh
Like
my
that's
God.
that's what's fucking so crazy about people who were cool in high school. They never reached that's their peak. And then the rest of it is downhill. That's why
Yep.
that's how you know you're a loser now if you keep talking about how cool you were in high school.
Oh, my buddies do it. I'm just about to hit 30, and so it's a lot closer than 40 something. But yeah, I got buddies who still talk about like Thanksgiving Day football games and shit. It's like, dude, get over it, man. It's
They
fucking
sound like
done.
Napoleon Dynamite's uncle. What was his name?
Oh, Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico.
Throw his
That's
football
Uncle-
over them mountains there.
Yeah.
I forget-
that
Uncle
about-
Rico vibes
Hey, Uncle
from
Rico.
Chad. I was
Yeah.
cool in high school. I
People,
didn't know
another
this.
episode, people give me shit. They think I look like Kip, his brother. Remember his Wigger brother?
A little bit. I just think you need a do-rag and a black girlfriend and
Yeah,
you're
dude,
set.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, you are talking to hot
The fu-
chicks on the internet.
LaFonda.
Yeah, I'm talking to hot chicks on the internet all day, Napoleon.
She won't send me a full body pic.
Chad could never sell a car. I agree, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, he could not close a fucking car deal. And big boy, West Boston is not a shithole. I lived in West Roxbury, which AKA White Roxbury, for probably 4 years after high school, and it's a very fucking nice neighborhood. So suck my dick. Can you steal a lawyer, Eggplant Frank? What do you guys think?
I think he'd have better luck trying to
What?
seduce a lawyer,
Casey
trying to
Anthony's a
find one.
lawyer now. Maybe he should try and fuck her. And
No, I think she's just banging the lawyer to pay her bill. Isn't
she
she?
banged the lawyer, and then I believe he gave her a job at the firm. I'm almost positive. I might be wrong that she is now a practicing lawyer.
Oh,
Like
so
through that guy.
He's like clerking for him.
Maybe he's just fucking her and she runs the front desk. Who knows? But
Oh, you look like a lawyer a little bit right now. Be like Fenz and Fenz. Oh, look at that cat.
Say hi.
he's
Oh,
like, fuck you,
what's your
dude.
cat's name?
That's
Hi,
Tiger.
cat.
Tiger?
Tiger? I thought you said Todd at first.
You're internet famous.
Oh, hi, Tiger.
You're gonna go, Tiger. You're gonna be seen by thousands and thousands of people, dude.
He's
Aw.
19 years old. He
Show
does-
us his
Did you say he was
butthole.
19?
Yes.
He looks fucking good for 19, dude.
My wife's
Wow.
the animal whisperer. She's a vet tech, and she knows how to keep them alive.
Yeah, no
Aw.
shit. You gotta giving that cat adrenochrome.
I was just
cat?
gonna say that.
Chrissy, if you want to see his butthole, you got to sign up for Tiger's OnlyFans.
Oh, OnlyFans. Let me see that butthole.
I don't know if I think I posted a picture on Twitter a while back. We shaved him into the lion cut where he's
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
Stuff.
Chris, you
Maybe-
got any animals other than those squirrels? Last time you were on, you were talking about.
I
Yes,
have
yes,
I have a turtle. Do you want to see him?
Yeah, let's bust out the fucking
All right,
turtle.
all right,
we got
all
it.
right.
We got enough of the serious talk, dude. Back to fucking animals and dick jokes. Casey Anthony absolutely could get it, Jimmy Kirk. She could still get it to this day. What's fucking disgusting though?
Anthony's been trying to get her for a while.
I know he's constantly talking about that. But the thing with her is she killed her kid,
He
got
was
off,
sleeping.
and now I seen recently she's talking about having another kid.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Killed the first one. What are you gonna do? Holy shit, he's a little guy.
He was sleeping. He's a baby. He's a Herman tortoise. He I think he was born in March. We got him in April.
The Herman tortoise.
Yeah, he's a Herman tortoise. So he's a land animal, and I have to bathe him like every other day because like I put him in some warm water and then he'll like poop. And
Oh
he also,
yeah.
Tortoises actually like poop like white first.
And that's the piss.
With the white, yes, it's like what they do when they metabolize proteins. It's like this white stuff, and then like they'll poop.
Yeah.
But he's a little dehydrated because he, when we were in DC this past weekend, he was staying with grandma. So
Grandma didn't give him any water.
I don't think he got enough water because he pooped this like really hard white thing today, and he was like, I could tell he was like, he was like struggling to squeeze it out because like when he poops, he like puts his head. It's really cute. It's like a cartoon. He just puts his head like in his shell. I can tell he's squeezing. He's
We had a
like,
bearded dragon.
Constant.
Yeah.
Dragon, you'd have to bathe him every once in a while, and they just as soon as you put him in the water, just poop everywhere.
JP, I was literally just gonna say the same thing.
Gets warm and he feels comfortable. He's like,
right before I had the kid, I had a bearded dragon. You can ask fucking Stancil, and then they were all busting my balls for it. And then when my wife was pregnant, she's like, I ain't risking salmonella, get rid of it. So I gave it away. But yeah, same thing. They fucking the second you put them in water, they piss and shit. And their piss is just white. It's just shit with white chalk at the end of it.
Yeah.
They don't
sometimes
piss
it's like
liquid.
toothpaste.
Yeah. It's like dried exactly like dried toothpaste.
We had a Burmese python that would do the same thing. You'd fill up the bathtub and throw her in there, and she'd swim around for about 30 seconds and poop everywhere. And you're like, well, now I got to drain it and put more water in it.
Yeah.
No, I like him.
It was always fun.
Yeah, my dog's
He's warm because he fell asleep under the heat lamp. Sometimes he yawns. Man. It's really cute. Iggy yawn.
He looks like a sea turtle almost.
He definitely acts like one because he doesn't like to, to be floating. He likes to be on a hand.
Yeah.
Because he feels like insecure. But yeah, sometimes he'll yawn. It's so cute. Yawn, Iggy, yawn.
Is his name Iggy?
Iggy, yeah.
Iggy Pop, named after Iggy Pop or what?
Yeah, Frank's son named him.
Hell yeah.
And at first we were gonna be like, you should name him Squirtle or like something from Pokemon.
That would have been sick.
But sometimes
is Frank's kid big Pokemon? I was huge when I was a kid into Pokemon.
Well, now I'm into it. Now I play Pokemon Go. That was like my whole lockdown. We would go on walks. We started going on walks like at around, like March, April, because we were like, we're gonna both be 500 pounds by the end of this. So we started going on walks and we just played Pokemon Go. And I spent like $150
oh my
over
god,
the course
dude.
of like a month or two. It was bad.
Those mobile games
I was
are
like,
the
I need
devil.
to buy balls,
Yeah, dude. Fucking the Japanese really psyoped my entire generation with fucking Pokemon. Like growing up in the 90s, that's when it dropped. And that was like the first Game Boy and shit. And like, dude, the amount of money my fucking mom probably spent on Pokemon cards that I never even knew how to play and shit like that. And fucking, I don't know. It was just, everyone was so fucking into it. I can't believe it's still going. Like my little brother and sister liked it too. Like not too long. They're way younger than me, but yeah, not too long ago. It's like, how the fuck is it still going?
Laura says free the turtle in the chat.
Oh, shout out Laura. Nah, what would you say to that? Oh, speaking of fucking, I had a Russian tortoise when I was a wee lad, and it got fucking what's it called? Fungus on its back, on its shell.
Really?
Like it looked like cotton balls, like that.
That's
like
gross.
white shit. Yeah, it was disgusting. And my mom literally just threw it in the dumpster. She just took the whole tank and was like, "See you later." So R.I.P. to, I think its name was Natasha because it was Russian. I named it a Russian name.
Oh my god.
R.I.P. to Natasha the tortoise. I'd like to imagine Fenz is big into Beyblades. Dude, I'll be honest. I had a Beyblade phase in like 98 or whenever it came out. Fucking let it rip.
What's a Beyblade?
Dude. Those are the fucking, so it's like another Japanese fucking anime, just like Pokemon, except instead of battling with animal things, you have a fucking, it's like a spinning top. You fucking like rip the cord and the top like spins and they fight each other. It's so dumb. Describing it, I'm like, what a fucking idiot I was.
Sounds a little gay.
A little gay, but you know what? You do gay shit as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when my kid grows up, I'm sure I'm gonna
That's
have
when you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And
unless
then
you're
hopefully
gay, then there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Iggy? You think Iggy's gay? Is it a boy?
Well, we don't even know if it's a boy or a girl yet. So
not everything is a psyop, big boy. A lot of things are psyops, dude. Wake the fuck up.
What? Oh,
yeah. Someone in the chat said not everything's a psyop.
A lot of them are psyops.
Yeah. Chrissy, how was the fucking Washington shit?
It was really awesome. It was like all love. It was like really a love fest. And I had my stereotypes about like,
I didn't see. Did you go out
people who go to rallies, and I was like, I don't know what this is going to be like. And I was like, let me just go out and cover it. I really feel like I need to cover it and be there. I really feel like I need to like walk the walk and show up at this thing.
Yeah.
Because it was like the Stop the Steal / Million MAGA March on Saturday. And then on Sunday was the Walk Away March, which was Brandon Straka's organization. And I did a CMP episode with him. I did a CMP episode with Ashley Sinclair, who was also one of the speakers. I met like Scott Pressler and Who else? Who else did I meet?
Rissa something. I seen you posting about her.
Oh, Riss Flex is she was like my YouTube pen pal. Like she had done my podcast a few times. We were just always in touch. And I was like nervous to meet her in person. Like I really felt like I was about to meet my internet girlfriend. I was like, like, oh my God. And she's like this little thing. And I'm like 5'2", 5'3", and she's like this little pipsqueak thing. But she does like a serious YouTube channel, and she goes like deep into conspiracy stuff, but she also is like independent journalist, but her fans are like, I don't know, a little bit smarter than mine, I guess.
And Oz.
Yeah.
Way to crumb, cool. Fuck Chad.
And so yeah, it was really fun. It was fun to be there. And it's like once we walked through, so Saturday's rally was at Freedom Plaza. And, our Uber couldn't really drop us off nearby. So we were like walking. And then we get to the beginning of Freedom Plaza, and we literally we had to walk through, like on both sides of us, BLM/Antifa, which there's no difference anymore.
Yeah.
And they're like this far from your face screaming, the Klan rallies this way. The Klan rallies this way. People are with their kids. They're screaming and cursing at people's kids.
Imagine Chrissy going, thanks.
Screaming, yeah. And
you're like, oh, this way? Oh, I thought, okay, perfect.
Yeah. And I was like, have a high old day. No, I didn't think about it. That wasn't.
Did you walk through with like a press pass?
No, and I was thinking I should have just taken an old press pass and just sort of like shown it really quick, just so people would have thought I was legit. But I had a selfie stick, so I feel like that was enough to look legit. Yeah, and people you could really feel the hate coming off of these people. It's like, and then you get into the rally, and it's everyone's just like love, and there's like, I think the final count was 1.5 million people that were there on Saturday, and at one point we're all completely surrounded by like hundreds of thousands of people or whatever. It's like, and you sometimes get when you're in a crowd, like at a concert or something, people just start wanting their own personal space. They just sort of like auto elbow, and that wasn't happening at all. It was like just like this feeling of trust of like, okay, no one's gonna stampede anybody, it's all good. And then I started thinking, I'm like, wow, how many people in this crowd? It was really good. It was good. And Sebastian Gorka spoke, Mike Lindell spoke, who I guess his friend.
My Pillow. Yeah, he fucking rules, guy. Dude. There was a lot of heavy hitters there, big names in like that fucking world of, I don't know, conservative, whatever the fuck you want to call it, red pilled fucking. Like that chick Ashley St. Clair, I've been seeing her for a couple of years. I didn't really know who she was. I just knew she was like involved in that shit.
She's great. I'm like amazed. Any like young person who's like super well spoken and passionate, like really inspires me. It's just like, oh man. And it's like, it's this new class of like anti-liberals, really. It's like when we were growing up, like the liberals were cool and the crusty Republicans, that's who you didn't want to be, because they were like obsessed with religion and like crusty old school values. But now you have, it's like almost like the cool kids of conservatism. It sounds weird to even say that, but like tons of gay people, there are tons of like Black Latino women, like
dude, there's a ton of trannies that are like real red pilled and shit, and people go like, oh, fucking Trump's this, the fucking Republicans hate this. It's like, I don't know,
they're
man,
sick of being told who to vote for and what to think, and it's like and it's just like, and I think people are starting to pick up on like, oh, they want us to be alone. Like they want to tear down the family, separate us from our friends, get us so that we're vulnerable, so that like, because people are more easier to control if they're vulnerable and by themselves.
Not on my fucking watch, not my America, dude.
Family, baby. And so it was very exciting to be there. It was very cool. But then you leave and you think like, oh man, was this like all for nothing? What's going to happen? We have like a month till things really kind of get decided. There's so many instances of voter fraud. There's tons of proof, but you have like the mainstream media being like, where's the proof? There's no proof. And it's like, they're just, I feel like they must just be on a death rattle at this point. It's like, it's really the independent journalists who are truly the future. It's like the Tim Pools of the world, all these people with like, their big Twitter followers.
Yeah. I hate that guy. I'll be honest. That guy fucking sucks. I watched the Jones and Malice thing, and they were fucking amazing as expected. What a pussy he is, dude.
I think he's just not like quite red pilled enough. I think especially during that Alex Jones episode, and Malice did like a really amazing job.
Oh, he was Alex fucking great, dude.
Need a handler. I think Tim was just really worried about being demonetized the whole time. I think he was
think
so worried about all the
Yeah.
money he was going to lose. And
Alex kept talking about how big his house was and shit, and you could tell he's like, dude, chill the fuck out. Stop fucking, saying how much money I make in my big ass house.
Really?
Yeah, Alex was like, this fucking house. Yeah, I thought Joe Rogan had a big house. I thought I had a big house. This is fucking 16 fucking, yeah. He kept saying it, kept saying.
That's so funny because it's like I see it. You see Tim in the same beanie and the same shirt every day. You think he's like you and I, and then you hear like, oh, he's got a huge house. It kind of like pokes the bubble. You're like, oh,
now, does he live in Texas? Is that how they got there?
Maybe Philly. I could be wrong though. I'm not
so
really
Jones fucking came up and Malice went down to wherever he was?
I think so. I think because InfoWars came to the rally. It was like a caravan up there.
Banned out video.
Yeah. Every time I was doing a live stream at the rally, everyone's like, find Alex Jones, find him. I'm like, I'm trying.
Dude, I've emailed him twice and I know they'll never get back to me, but a boy can dream. He is my I want to fucking get Jones on so bad, dude. But I mean, he's a fucking gajillionaire. I'm sure everyone's hitting him up, and I'm just a fucking no-name of podcast with a few hundred fucking viewers.
Hey guys, I hate to split, but I gotta go. I gotta drive to work.
Thank you for coming on, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Sorry, I couldn't help much. I'm still waking up.
No, you were very helppul,
bro. You were great, JP. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Chrissy carried the show. Thank God.
You got anything to plug?
Stop.
No.
You want to plug the Twitter? Nothing?
Support the Teamsters.
Plug your cat's butt.
Yeah. Plug his cat's asshole and support your Teamsters. Shout out to Teamster Tim. Another fucking good Teamster.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem, brother.
Love you, Chrissy.
Take it easy, JP.
Bye. Are you wearing a Fagatini shirt? Oh, he's gone.
No, dude, that's what I thought too before the thing. I go, oh, sick Fagatini shirt. And he pulled it up. It was a Garbaggio shirt from Are You Garbage. So, yeah. Either way, they rule too.
Yeah, that's another good pod.
And shit.
Yeah.
Bring back the show. Jimmy Kirk goes, shout out JP. You should bring back the show, The Shield. He does look like that guy. I forget his fucking name.
Yeah, he does. Well, this was interesting, Paul. It was really cool to get the documents, and really go through them. And, I
go get the truth out there, Chrissy.
I go back and forth between feeling immense pity for Chad and then just being sort of like, ugh, he's a piece of shit.
I said this a million times when I first got introduced to him on MLC, when he was just doing his fucking stupid Bert Kreischer laugh and getting trashed every fucking time I heard him on a podcast. I was like, man, I kind of feel bad for this guy. He just seems like a nice, goofy Midwest guy. Yeah. And as time progressed, he just went down a fucking dark path.
Yeah.
I don't know who fucking likes the guy. Other comics DMing me and shit. Like, yo, did you see this about him? Like when he got arrested, everyone hates the motherfucker, dude.
Ugh, it sucks.
And
yeah,
whatever,
he actively works on being disliked. It's not just like he's unlucky or it's like it's just how his face looks. I mean, it's that too. But he treats people poorly, and he loves to start shit. So anyway.
Yeah, we'll fucking wrap it here. It's been an hour. Thanks for coming on again, Chrissy.
Don't drop the soap, Chad, if you're listening to this, which you probably will.
I think prison will do him good. Maybe he can write some new bits in there, lose some of that weight.
I think he's going to get into better shape in prison than he was at LA Fitness.
Hey, maybe he'll actually be able to fuck me up, dude, if he fucking starts lifting weights.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He said, that's what I wanted to say when it just jogged my memory when you were talking about when he goes, I was popular in high school. When he's like, you think you could beat me up? He goes, I've been in fist fights all my life. I'm like, no, you haven't. Look at you, dude. You pudgy bitch. But whatever. I don't know. So we'll wrap it there. Chrissy, you want to plug your shit?
Oh, yeah. Check out the Chrissie Mayr podcast on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube. Actually got a really good episode that came out tonight with Off the Grid Ryan. We talk about Agenda 21, the Georgia Guidestones, also how the next World War is going to be about water. I recorded an episode today with Robbie Starbuck. I think that's going to come out tomorrow.
That guy rules. He follows me on Twitter. He's like the guy's running for office and shit. He's cool, man.
He's going to be running for Congress. Yeah, he's awesome.
Good for him. What was that? Is that episode already out with Agenda 21?
That came out today.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go check that out. I'm looking into that in Agenda 2030, dude.
Oh yeah, and the guy that I recorded with today, he's a fucking. You'll probably think he's crazy, but like.
No, I don't.
I went into the real deep Q side of Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 with him, and that'll probably come out Friday.
Sick. And then watch the fucking Wet Spot, Compound Media.
Watch the Wet Spot.
And then what'd you say?
And I have a Patreon if you want to, throwing some money towards Iggy's lettuce fund. No.
Take that $3 from Chad's fucking false con man fund and give it a split it between me and Chrissy. Ski Mask Collective Patreon, skimaskcollective.com. We're doing a show tomorrow night with the boys. Thursday was going to be the only offensive until I got this dossier. Thursday is going to be the god Tim Butterly. So everyone come back Thursday for the next offensive. And twitch.tv/Fenz1776. Let's go.
This was great. Thanks for having
Chrissy.
me, Paul.